What is going on, guys? I am Miguel from UCGym.com, and today we're going to discuss protein spiking. So what I did is I got a whiteboard and I filled it with facts and things that will help me explain to you what protein spiking is and how it can be bad for you and your wallet. So to start, protein spiking is also called amino spiking and nitrogen spiking. What protein spiking is, it's when a supplement company puts an excess amount of amino acids, which are usually unnecessary aminos. They put them in a protein powder, and when the protein gets tested for the amount of protein it has in it, the tests are higher than what it actually has. And the way this works is that proteins are made up of 20 amino acids. 9 of them are essential amino acids, which are the ones that your body can't produce and you have to consume from other sources like food. And the other 11 are called non-essential amino acids because your body can already produce them. So what happens is that these amino acids, all of them have nitrogen in them. This nitrogen is a part of the chemical formula of many amino acids. So I chose 2 popular amino acids, glutamine and arginine. So here you can see 1 molecule of nitrogen, second one, and then for arginine you see 1, 2, 3, 4. You see 4 molecules of nitrogen per molecule of said amino acid. So what happens is that when these amino companies have the proteins tested and labeled, they claim that the protein content is higher. So the way it works is all amino acids have nitrogen, like I said, and protein content tests assume that the supplement has only complete proteins. And these complete proteins refer to a completely normal protein having the right amount of amino acids to make up that protein chain, or branched chain amino acid, which is a complete protein. So the right balance of amino acids doesn't have any more than it should. So what happens is that these companies, like I said, they put more amino acids in the powder than should be there. And what this does is it gives false results for the protein content test. So what happens is that a protein powder claims that it has, let's say, around 30 grams of protein, when in reality it may have only 12. So popular amino acids used in protein spiking are taurine and glycine. Now these 2 amino acids have a pretty high nitrogen content, and what that enables the companies to do is make the results appear higher than what they are. So Body Fortress, an example of a supplement company. You've probably seen them around in stores like CVS or Walmart because they're pretty cheap. And they're cheap for a reason, is that they don't have high quality ingredients and they have false advertising. So the protein, turns out it didn't have the amount of protein that it claimed to have, and they went under a lawsuit. A lot of companies don't get, they don't allow like news outlets and other companies to test their protein in order to save themselves from any heat from the media or any backlash from its consumers. So what companies do is they just deny getting any other third-party tests and they just stick to what they claim. But very few companies did allow for testing. So Muscle Farm, Combat Powder, I believe, they allowed for testing and they got a very dependent result, and their protein content was as labeled. So pretty much that's what I'm trying to say. Protein spiking, it's in reference to the excess amount of amino acids in a protein powder. So there are also different kinds of proteins. Depending on the way the amino acids are chained together, you have a different kind of protein. So you can have whey protein, casein protein, soy protein, and then you have the more specific proteins like structural, motor, defense, storage proteins, or genetic DNA proteins, those kinds of things. So this pretty much covers all of protein spiking. A lot of the extra amino acids aren't proteogenetic, the ones like, so let's say a company is doing protein spiking or amino spiking or nitrogen spiking and they're adding excess amino acids. A lot of these amino acids aren't of the 20 amino acids that are necessary for a complete protein. They can add non-proteogenic proteins or amino acids, and those are the ones that aren't related to tissue building, like muscle building proteins or things of that nature. So they tend to add amino acids which have pretty much no benefit to you. They may have like a small benefit, but not for what you're looking for. So that pretty much concludes everything about protein spiking. A company will add extra amino acids raise the nitrogen count, and in turn yield a higher result of protein content than what is mentioned on the label. But also the way it works, where the nitrogen determines protein content, it's just the way it works. Companies assume, or labs assume, that the nitrogen content is pretty much 100% right. There's no excess amount of amino acids, and with that number they can just convert it into the protein content, and you can just assume that that's the right protein number. But like I said, adding extra amino acids raises the nitrogen content and raises the number of grams of protein. So do your research before buying any protein powder. Yeah, but yeah, seriously look up which protein you're going to buy, because you're going to be getting far fewer grams of protein than what you're paying for if you don't do your research, or you look up which proteins are doing the protein spiking and which ones are not. So that concludes the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you learned something new. And yeah, so if you want to see more things like this, head over to UCGym.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel.